I'm Chronix, and this is Mocha Bane from the most extreme wrestling, and it's time to talk about that earth-shattering announcement that we just heard on Wednesday. It's supposed to change the landscape of the WWE forever, and it is the WWE Network. Now, did you see it coming when they said that announcement was coming?
Yes, and I instantly thought to myself, wow, didn't they talk about the WWE Network 2 to 3 years ago?
Yeah, it just kind of fell on its face.
Splat.
Now, I know why it fell on his face. It's because they were trying to make a network for television. And all the executives were like, yeah, I don't think that's going to work. This is only going to appeal to wrestling fans. It's not really a good idea. And I didn't think it was a good idea either. No. Because I thought, if they're going to make a WWE network, it's going to have to be like Netflix or something streaming. Because to me, honestly, I think that we're getting to the point in time where, having these cable networks, it's kind of going down by the wayside. I mean, they're still going to be around and everything, but the new thing is about streaming. I mean, you got Netflix, they were struggling there for a minute, and now they got original shows, that are, being bigger than actual shows on television.
Yeah, like Hulu Plus, they do the same thing as well, and they do stream a lot of WWE's content as it is. Superstars, NXT, episodes of Raw, SmackDown, what have you, all of those.
So I thought to myself, man, if they ever bring it around, that's what it's going to have to be. All the rumors started coming around that they were partnering, they were trying to figure out a deal, and it finally came to fruition. Is that the right word?
Yep, fruition.
If I said it correctly. I don't know. Crystal always corrects me when I say things wrong, so yeah, exactly. So they make this announcement, and sure enough, that's exactly what it is. It's a streaming service, just like Netflix, and for $9.99. When they said that, I was sold.
Now, I was bowled over because I'm like, wow. So you're telling me you get pretty much any WWE pay-per-view, ECW pay-per-view, WCW pay-per-view, AWA, whatever they currently have a video catalog of.
Yeah, 100,000 hours?
Yeah. All their documentaries, pretty much.
Well, did they say that, though?
That's what I don't know, but I would assume if it's already on Netflix, they'll probably have their documentaries.
I wouldn't think that they would do all of them. I would think
some of the older ones.
Yeah, some of the older ones probably. And if they come out with new ones, like the high-quality ones that are going to make a lot of money, probably not going to put that right out on television.
Nah.
Instantly. Yeah, I heard that they were talking about making a William Regal one. Yeah, that's probably not going to DVD, so I can see why they'd put that on there.
I mean,
usually they make a high-profile one on The Undertaker. Yeah, I don't think that's going to be on there instantly.
Well, it usually takes a couple of months, because the NWO one, that was a very good documentary, and that's on,
it's on Netflix.
Up, on Netflix in about 2 months, so... But you do get pay-per-views. And they're throwing in WrestleMania for free.
Okay, so we're going to get to live stream pay-per-views, every single one of them, including WrestleMania, in 720 HD. I don't see how you could possibly have a problem with that.
$10?
You get to have a pre-show along with that. Yeah, you're not going to have Raw. You're not going to have SmackDown happening live. But obviously...
You get NXT and Superstars, so...
Right. Yes. And, I don't think that Raw or SmackDown will ever end up being on the network, just as long as they have a TV deal, because they're going to get a lot more money off the TV deal anyways. But having the network is a great fallback, because if they ever do get kicked off of a network, who cares?
But
we got the network.
Interesting news, because this comes at a time where the WWE is currently renegotiating their TV deal. So,
A for effort.
With World Wrestling Entertainment, it actually gives them more leverage. Because, if you think about it, for the USA Network, which is owned by the NBC families of network, and then with Sci-Fi, because I think Spike TV is owned by Viacom.
Yeah.
And so, you remember on Spike when they had to deal with MTV, where they had to do content? Okay. So, that actually gives them leverage. And say, hey, we make all types of money for this network. If you don't want to lose that market share from pretty much, they market their product from anybody. Usually it's an 18 to 35-year-old demographic, but, you're pulling in the kids, so you can say it's from ages 4 to and up. That's a big chunk of USA and Sci-Fi's network, so they can say, hey, we'll take this whole demographic with us over to this application and we're going to make money either way. Do you want to be a part of it or not? It's basic business.
It's not a hollow threat, like I said. Like Netflix, they got Orange is the New Black. They got House of Cards.
Yep.
Like shows that are like getting people's attention like crazy. Like they are not just like, oh, that's an alright show. Like people like love these shows and they're like exclusive. So I mean that is like big leverage points for them. And I know some people are upset because they're like, oh, well, it's not all in HD. I mean, it's not 1080 and everything. But I think 720 is acceptable for now. I mean, most of their footage is not even in HD.
Yeah,
they didn't even make the switch until like 2006.
And really, 720 is HD. Yeah, 720, 1080, I mean, it's still HD.
And you got the 4K coming out soon.
Yeah.
But for WWE, they're probably not going to switch to that for
it's not like it's IMAX, I mean.
Yeah. But, having all that footage archived is going to be great. There was some complaints because people said, oh, well, Ring of Honor tried to do a streaming thing and that went horribly. Well, here's the difference. Ring of Honor, first of all, they had all of their own technical issues with themselves, but they were being represented by Go Fight Live years ago, and I guess maybe they're still using that. This is not the same setup. This is not the same rinky-dink operation. This is the same people that are doing like the MLB network.
Mm-hmm.
They've been doing this for a while. They've been doing it on the PlayStation 3 and on, your home PCs and everything. So this is a proven system. So I don't see any real problems with that. I mean, yeah, you might have some outages. You might have some problems. It's happened with Netflix. Sometimes it takes a while to load, but nothing is foolproof. When you got a satellite, if it rains, boom, you're out. I just can't see. I just cannot fathom how $9.95 for all the pay-per-views is not a great deal for the fans. And it's got to be a good deal for the people. Because I cannot even remember the last time I paid for a pay-per-view. Like, I watched it at your house. I've watched it at other friends' house, but I haven't personally paid for one probably since WrestleMania 22.
They're freaking expensive. I mean, for WrestleMania, if you want it in HD, you're going to pay $70.
Right.
I paid $60 just for standard depth, and their normal pay-per-views run about $40. So, if you add that up, I mean, pretty much you're getting like almost a 90% discount just for signing up for 6 months.
But, you might think, well, is WWE losing money? But see, this is the thing. So many times I have streamed, so many times I have not watched it because I don't have cable. I'm one of those people who have moved away from cable and I just watch these streaming services because I feel that that's the future, and paying $60, $70 just for cable for just a few shows that I want to watch, I just can't do it. But instead of me popping down like $60 maybe once a year, maybe once every 2 years, now I will watch these shows in HD for $10 a month, so they're still getting money from me. So it's going to help them out because they still, I'm assuming, are going to have their pay-per-view market where people who don't have this service can still pay for those pay-per-views.
And DirecTV is hot. They're thinking about severing the relationship because they're so angry.
Are they really?
Yes, with WWE over the announcement of the network, because this is going to be available anywhere. If you have a PlayStation 3, an Xbox 360, a laptop, you can sign up and watch it through WWE.com, all on February 24th. It's coming to the next-gen consoles, Xbox One and PS4, later this summer.
Well, it's supposed to be on PS4 instantly. It's just the Xbox One that, for whatever reason...
They might do, it's a lot of multimedia with the Xbox One. They might even make an app for it. Who knows?
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be a downloadable thing just like, Netflix is.
Yep, I mean, mobile phones, you can watch them on those. I mean,
why has this man got 2 phones?
Business phone.
Oh, my gosh.
Personal phone. You know how I roll.
I know it. But, yeah, you could have them on both of those devices, so even when you are at business, you can still pop it on there and watch it. Now, another thing is that apparently Benoit is going to be making his first appearance in the WWE since being blurred out and removed.
Last week I saw his calf muscle because they were showing when Randy Orton won the title, and you saw his boot.
That's true. That's true. But on these old episodes of WCW and WWE and the pay-per-views, apparently he's going to be shown in full with some kind of disclaimer. So it's kind of like, I understand, because it's not on television, it's on the network, so it's not like they're broadcasting this to everybody. Plus, it's going to be kind of hard if you're going to show everything to take him out, because it's not just the matches. if you watch Raw back in the day, and even today, they talk about segments outside of their matches. Like, so if something happened with Benoit getting hit by a car, they're going to talk about it in other segments. Other wrestlers are going to talk about it, and Jim Ross is going to be like, well, maybe we're going to get an update on this. And it would just be insane, probably, to try to remove every piece of it. And they probably just assume, they're just like, man, just forget this. So I can understand where they're coming from. And if they're going to throw a disclaimer, it's like, hey, and another great thing about the network, everybody complains about PG. Well, this thing ain't just going to be PG for the PG content. It's not just going to be PG-14 for the Raws that were PG-14. Even the ECW stuff that was TVMA, they're showing it all because they don't have to worry about offending network executives and censorship and everything. This is their network, and they have decided that if it aired in PG-14, by God, it's going to be in PG-14. Yep. And that is awesome. And I can't have a problem with that. All the pre-shows that they're going to be showing. I mean, the WWE Network, I think, is an excellent idea. You got to sign up for 6 months, though.
I'm cool with it.
I think the only reason that they're doing that is, okay, it's right around WrestleMania time, WrestleMania 30 when this is coming out. They probably don't want people paying $9.99 for WrestleMania, canceling the next day, and just going about their business. I'm pretty sure that's what the thing is. I don't have any problem. If they wanted me to say, hey, you got to pay for it for a year, I'd be like, hey, man, I don't plan on not having the WWE Network.
No matter how much we bitch and moan about something, Vince McMahon knows we're going to be watching this show the next day.
Yeah.
WrestleMania, we weren't really feeling it. I was like, wow, this WrestleMania is boring. In fact, the Raw after WrestleMania should have been WrestleMania.
For WrestleMania 29?
Yep.
Yeah, it happens every once in a while. But hey, if you would have paid, $10 instead of $70 or $60 or whatever,
it would have been worth your while.
It would have been, man, that was a great show.
Mm-hmm.
But
get what you paid for it.
So the network itself, the whole just announcing of it, it just like blew my mind. It was everything that I could have wanted and hoped for. And then they're going to add more stuff later. I don't know how many hours I'm going to sit in front of the TV watching old episodes of WCW straight through in clear quality. It's just going to just be like kaboom. But that, I think, covers the majority of it. Get it on all your devices. I'm totally doing that, and I'm going to be, right there, getting it and watching all the pay-per-views. And no longer will I have to sit in front of a stream and illegally download the pay-per-views, you know what I mean?
Yep.
So,
here's my $54 for 6 months, Vince.
Exactly, man.
There you go. Take it.
Just take it.
It's
take
yours.
my money.
Take my money.
All right, well, we'll see you guys next time.